Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for joining us virtually for the 5th annual Helping Kids Around First dinner. Things look a little bit different this year, which is perfectly fine, and we wish nothing more than for all of us to be together, mingling and hearing mission updates from the organization we are all here for. Helping Kids Round First. But we have a great program put together for you to hear these updates from the comfort and safety of your own home. My name is Mike Henriksen. I'm with Calling All Sports. It's my honor to be here again as the event's MC, leading you along the way tonight. I have a special guest joining me this evening who has certainly a familiar face. Maybe you've even seen him in past events or the baseball field. He is the head coach of the defending national champions. I'm going to use that as long as I possibly can.
I like it, Mike.
Tim Huber, Augustana University head baseball coach and a board member of Helping Kids Around First.
Well, good evening, everyone. As Mike mentioned, my name is Tim Huber, and on behalf of Craig Sievertson and the entire board of directors at Helping Kids Around First, we thank you for joining us. We have a wonderful night ahead and hearing about our latest updates and our work in Nicaragua. Communities in Nicaragua need us now, more than ever, and you'll be hearing more about all that we're a part of and how you too are part of making a big difference. We'll hear from our founder, Craig Sievertson, along with two key individuals of Helping Kids Around First, who will be joining us directly from Nicaragua, Nadia Nabin and Reverend Dr. Claudia Soliet Lopez Ortega. There are a variety of ways that you can participate in tonight's event and contribute to the funds raised for Helping Kids Around First, whether this is through our silent premium auction or donation at a particular level of giving. There are specific giving levels where you can see the impact and the value of what your donation can provide to those families in Nicaragua. To participate in our auction tonight or to make a donation, simply just text HKRF 20 to the number 76278 or visit hkrf.givesmart.com.
You're right, Tim. Helping Kids Round First makes it easy to get involved. Now, for those of you that like a little more competition when giving, we have a wonderful lineup of silent auction items, including a Chef's Dream Pampered Chef package, tickets to the Sioux Falls Canaries game in 2021, and plenty of packages for the ladies as well. All you need to do is text HKRF 20 to the number 76278. or visit hkrf.givesmart.com to begin bidding. The silent auction will close at 7 p.m., so make sure you get your bids in. Now, the live auction is one of our in-person event staples that so many of you have enjoyed year after year, and we wanted to continue to bring you this, but this year from the comfort of your own home. Tonight, we will be hosting a premium auction. We have 9 premium auction items that will be opened at various times throughout the night. 3 premium auction items will be open for 15-minute segments throughout the program tonight and can be viewed again at hkrf.givesmart.com. When you're looking right at the auction site from your mobile device or laptop, you'll see that there are 3 different color-coded groups for the premium auction: green, blue, and red. Our first group of premium auction items are labeled as the green premium items. They will be open for bidding on the GiveSmart site from 6:15 to 6:30 Central Time. These items are item number 200, Ladies Love It. It's a Kate Spade purse and wallet, along with the selection of wine glasses and wine, donated by the event company and Ashley Podrosky. Item 201, Pheasant Hunter's Paradise. It's a pheasant hunt at Long Acres Ranch in Parkston, South Dakota, donated by Mike Long and Long Acres Ranch. Item 202, it's a Cancun Paradise Vacation, a trip for 2 that includes round-trip airfare and a 5-night stay at the Westin Resort in Cancun, Mexico, donated by Helping Kids Round First.
Again, these items will be open from 6:15 to 6:30 for bidding. So act fast, be on the lookout for these items. Open up pretty quick here at 6:15. Now to start things off, I'd like to introduce to you a great guy, a friend of mine and someone always there to lend a helping hand, founder of Helping Kids Around First, Craig Sievertson.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here tonight. I'm Craig Sievertson. As Tim mentioned, I'm the founder of Helping Kids Around First. On behalf of our board of directors, the event committee, and all those countless volunteers that help us throughout the year and all we do, I want to welcome you to our 5th annual Helping Kids Around First dinner. I can't thank you enough for all your support, not only tonight at the annual fundraiser, but also throughout the year with our organization. As many of you know, and heard, this year marks our fundraising dinner of number 5. However, our work in Nicaragua spans back over a decade. Founded in 2007, Helping Kids Around First is a South Dakota-based nonprofit working to improve the lives and families of Nicaragua through baseball and softball. Our nonprofit has expanded a few years later to include projects in healthcare, agriculture, education, and women's empowerment, while maintaining baseball and softball is still the heart of our organization. The expansion of our work is because the generosity of our donors and our partners, and all because of you in the audience tonight. I'd also like to share with you the current state of affairs in Nicaragua, as many of you have followed over the last few weeks. So, the last 2 weeks, 2 hurricanes have hit Nicaragua, Category 4, Category 5. It's devastated the country. So what can we do? It just happens. We sent 150,000 meals a couple months ago, and it got released this week. And I want to give this as an idea of where your work, where your sponsorship, where your help helps us to help the people in Nicaragua get through these devastating times. I'd just like to list a little of our work. But then more, it's important for me to see if there's someone out there that this might interest to even a greater deal. We do work in healthcare. We ship medical equipment. We have a container there right now full of beds, exam tables, wheelchairs, and walkers, that like. We have irrigated farms. We've got chicken projects. We sponsor daycares, elderly homes. The list is long, can be found on our website and also on our Facebook page and anywhere you want to look. But really, I'd like just to spend a few seconds to ask, I know there's someone out there that maybe this might inspire. I can only go back to how I started 20 years ago with our friend Mike Henriksen at a sports banquet, and I'm just following the next farmer from South Dakota who asked for baseballs for Nicaragua. And it took me 3 years, but eventually I bought in and we started collecting baseballs. And now I've just explained how far things have come. So more than anything else, I know tonight there's someone looking in out there. It just takes one person, that not to give a baseball, to give $1, but someone willing to give a lot of their time and energy, that this you might call tonight, you might call next week, or in 5 or 10 years, and we'll never know. But I just want you to hear that that's how this happens. See what we're doing. If it strikes home with you, then there are ways to make a huge difference in the third world. I know we've affected the lives of more than 1 million kids in Nicaragua. When you add up the baseballs, the meals, the wheelchairs, all of the above. So to that person that I don't know right now, we don't know, just think about it. There's ways to make a difference. Lastly, we have so many sponsors, supporters, and donors that have helped us to make tonight possible. To begin with, I'd like to thank our presenting sponsor and annual partner, McGuire Iron. They've been with us, this is the 5th year. The team from McGuire Iron has been an amazing supporter over these last few years. They've traveled with us to Nicaragua twice, and they've helped us provide the tools and opportunities to many through their gifts, including help with the packaging of food this summer. To hear and see about all their efforts, not only this summer, but throughout the year, I invite you now to watch the video from our friends at McGuire Iron. Thank you. We're packing up food, nutrition, and we're going to send it to a part of the world that's not doing very good right now because of the virus and the poverty. Helping kids has gone from baseball equipment, softball, to farming and chickens and healthcare. But this is different. This is an emergency project. The way of life right now is just not good. In Nicaragua, where we work, the poorest Latin American country, and people don't have enough to eat. So this is our first emergency program. This food will get taken to people direct, and this is not about building sustainable projects. This is about feeding people and keeping them alive right now in the time of COVID.
Coming from a third world country, I do know what it's like. I've seen it, I've lived it. It's a noble thing to do, to help out. It's for the children, it's for the families who are unable to get these resources.
We have the ingredients of rice, soy, vitamins and minerals, and vegetables, all dried, and we're putting them in bulk. We buy bulk 50-pound bags, right here, a 50-pound soy bag, and then with the help of McGuire Iron or people that are of their faith, or whomever comes in and helps us package this down into small plastic bags that hold 6 meals in one bag. Eventually that'll be in a kitchen at some poor family's home out in the outreach of Nicaragua, and they'll put in water and they'll boil it as basic as you can get, and they'll have full nutrition meals for 6. That we've tried it, and it's delicious food, and it's even more so when you're hungry.
Our McGuire companies are committed to doing the right thing and taking care of our customers, but with the success that we have in our business, working on water tanks, we take some of our time and our resources to help those that are less fortunate. And in this case, providing food for the people in Nicaragua is just a great way to complement the other projects that we've done down in Nicaragua, like the water projects that we've supported. So, as a company, speaking on behalf of the Jones family, this is wonderful work, and we're so grateful to be able to share our successes with those who are less fortunate than we are.
Thank you for your support, Gene, Scott, and Brad Jones. Thank you to the entire team and all those who have joined us in Nicaragua over the past few years. We're proud to call you all friends and partners in helping change the lives of so many people in Nicaragua. Thank you.
Thank you again, Craig, and to the team at McGuire Iron for all that you do, whether that's partaking in activities for helping kids around FIRST or sharing your team's talents with us. Speaking of talents, there is a growing list of organizations, businesses, individuals, and families that have stepped up to the plate considerably to help us in our effort in Nicaragua over the last decade. Tonight, we'd like to give a special recognition to the following annual partners that have supported this work. Thank you again to McGuire Iron. Thank you to the Jerstad Family Foundation for your support throughout the year. Thanks to Hefty Seed Companies for their continued support of helping kids around FIRST. Thank you to the Beacon Family Foundation for all that you do to help us further the mission.
I would now like to recognize a listing of wonderful individuals and companies who have been great friends and supporters of helping kids around FIRST throughout the year. These friends are the Event Company, Van and Barb Fishbeck, ELCA Synod, the Ramsdale family, Eric McDonald, Gloria Day Youth, Herman and Jeanette Fink, Scott and Val Parsley, Brooklyn Park Rotary, Bob and Joan Timjan, Pastor Ann and Diane Blankenfield, Ben Parsley, Our Savior's Lutheran Church in Flandreau, Scott Thompson, Todd and Lori Knutson, Dennis and Linda Daugard, Larry Knoll, Avera Flandreau Hospital.
We are also grateful for the support of the following companies, individuals, and families that are our VIP table sponsors and table sponsors for tonight's event. Those are also listed on your screen and include the following: Bill Niblink, Craig Sievertson family, East River Electric, Madison Regional Health System, and Sanford Health. Tonight's table sponsors that we're recognizing and are joining us virtually include Bankstar Financial, Brookings Regional Health System, Core Trust Bank, Dobby Sports Center, Dennis and Linda Dugard, Jim Plucker, Mark Kreitzfeld, Mark Miller, Nate Hughes of UBS Financial Services, Patrick Bolanos of Trailer King Builders, Peterson Commodities, Sam Gotham, Sioux Valley Environmental, Dane Eady, and Zimmer Davis. And I'm sorry if I messed some of those up. We can't forget about our generous auction donors. Please take a minute to see these wonderful community businesses and individuals listed on your screen.
As Craig said earlier, the planning committee for tonight's event has spent several months planning not only for the program, but also the auction. I've personally been a part of planning for this event for the last 5 years and must say that there's some incredibly dedicated community leaders that volunteer their time and not only dedicate their nights, weekends, and even some early mornings to make this event the best. Some of these same individuals also help us to load containers full of baseball, softball equipment, medical supplies, toiletries, bedding, hospital room needs, pack thousands and thousands of bags of food for our brothers and sisters in Nicaragua, and so much more. We'd like to recognize all of the volunteers, committee members, and community leaders that have helped to make tonight's event the best, but also to help us take the organization to Nicaragua many times throughout the year. Let's give these individuals on the screen a big virtual round of applause, whatever that looks like.
And we do have a few people here in the room with us, and we appreciate them all coming out. We are being socially responsible, though, just so you know. Now it's time to introduce our next set of premium auction items. Our next group of 3 items will go live at 6:30 until 6:45 Central Time. These are the blue premium auction items. The items are item 203, Sonoma Valley Winemaking, a Sonoma Valley winemaking experience for 2 guests, including hotel and airfare, along with a variety of tasting and tours at some of Sonoma Valley's best wineries, donated by Helping Kids Round First. Item 2004, a New York Yankees experience. This is where you either boo or cheer. Go ahead. 2 premier tickets to a 2021 regular season New York Yankees game, along with airfare and hotel in New York City, donated by Mark Miller. Item 2005, Sievertson Ranch Rodeo experience for the whole family at the Sievertson Family Ranch, including roping, branding, and camping under the stars, donated by the Craig Sievertson family. Again, these premium items will open at 6:30 and will close promptly at 6:45, so get your bids ready for some of these great items. Now, in addition to those names that you just saw on the screen, I'd be remiss if I didn't say that one gentleman that has been fundamental in the foundation of the Helping Kids Round First organization is my co-MC, Tim Huber. Again, the head coach at Augustana University, still the defending national champions. Tim has served on the Helping Kids Round First board of directors for several years. His passion for baseball is unmatched, and his unrelenting commitment to make a difference in the lives of student athletes. Tim, before we get more into tonight's program, tell us a little more about your work with Helping Kids Round First and the experiences you and your team have had down in Nicaragua.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Mike, and you could say national champions a few more times. I'd be okay with it, but you know, I think for me, anytime I speak about what we do, it goes back to everything that Craig has put together and built, and I guess the way I always tell the story is somehow he talked me into going with him and his son, Bo, to Nicaragua, man, 10, 11, 12 years ago. It was a while back. His other son, Brett, played baseball for me at Augustana, was obviously our connection. And we went down and brought, I don't know, 10, 12, 15 suitcases of baseball gear, you know, to bring to kids. And I didn't know anything about Nicaragua. I didn't know anything about Third World. And so for me, it was a real eye-opening experience, just starting with the airport and customs. And we had issues from the beginning of the trip to the end of the trip, but then getting the chance to see what those things that we brought down to the country did for the individuals, not just the players, but their families, to see them show up from hours away just because baseball was going to be there and they're going to have an opportunity to play the game. So that's where it started for me, and Craig talked about what that meant and how we could use that for our team at Augustana. And I said, you know, hey, yeah, let's bring them down. And we have. We've brought our team down to Nicaragua. We'll go down again. It's a great opportunity, experience. I always say that the term for me is eye-opening. You know, when someone has something that, you know, a little more privileged here versus down there, they don't have that, and you get an opportunity to see that. And so I think that's the biggest thing I always talk about is what can we do to help others? And I'm not that guy that looks into those type of things very often, and so this is a great avenue for me. And I think the other thing that's really important for those of you that are listening tonight is just to understand that I tell our players this all the time. What they do and what I do for a living is going to revolve around baseball, and that's okay. Like Craig talks about, we've got into Nicaragua and done so many more things, but baseball was the inroads. That's what we learned, and that's what we love. But we're doing farming projects, we're doing sustainable opportunities for families down there. There's so many things that are going on that baseball started. And so for me, I think that's what I would say is we're doing some great things through baseball, but there's so much more to it. And it's a term I use with our players. There's more to life than baseball, but it's okay. It's really okay to say baseball's a big part of it. Right. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. So again, helping kids around first, yeah, we do baseball, softball projects, but we do so much more. And that's kind of as I circle back here to say my experience with the organization and in the country have been seeing what kind of value we bring down there. It's really, really, really life-changing. And so again, for everyone that's listening tonight, to think about, Craig referenced this earlier, what can you do to help? Get out of your comfort zone a little bit. For me, it's been out of my comfort zone, and here I am, you know, a dozen years later on a nonprofit board as a college baseball coach. Like, what the heck am I doing? So it's been a great experience and opportunity, and helping kids around first has been a big piece. Now to see more about what I described in my experience in Nicaragua, take a peek at the video on your screen to see how you can help make a difference through baseball and softball.
Lo que nosotros hacemos es desarrollar talento joven para tratar de mandarlos a las farmacias allá de República Dominicana y posteriormente que den el salto para llegar a Estados Unidos. Y como sigo repitiendo, pues todo esto es posible gracias a Helping Kids Run First. Otra de las razones principales por la cual nosotros hacemos esto es para ayudar a los niños a que a través del béisbol ellos puedan conseguir muchas metas, y por medio del utilaje deportivo y el apoyo que nosotros recibimos de Helping Kids Run First, hacemos posible de que estos niños desde los 5 o 6 años ya puedan contar con implementos para que puedan lograr desarrollarse y cumplir uno de sus sueños, que es pues, jugar al béisbol a nivel profesional.
Mi nombre es Carlos David Gaso Ruiz, tengo la edad de 16 años y he venido trabajando con Helping Kids desde los 6 años, he venido jugando béisbol con ellos y me siento agradecido.
Mi nombre es Sargeris Sayana Carballo Juárez, tengo la edad de 14 años. Le doy gracias a Helping Kids que me ha dado la oportunidad de cambiar mi vida.
Nos gusta jugar a béisbol, nos gusta divertirnos, Estamos gracias a Helping Kids. Estamos gracias a Helping Kids. Por favor, síganos apoyando. Gracias al béisbol mi vida ha cambiado un poco y me gusta el béisbol.
El béisbol ha sido un cambio en mi vida porque me ha ayudado a estar positivo, me ha ayudado al cambio, no andar en malas cosas. Le agradecemos a Helping King por toda su ayuda, por favor que nos sigan apoyando y que no se olviden de nosotros.
Ahorita actualmente estamos entrenando un grupo de jóvenes, de muchachas, entre la edad de 7 a 20 años, de las cuales pues muchas de ellas, algunas han estado en problemas, violencia familiar, que droga, pero a través del softball ellas han encontrado un refugio para ir mejorando su estilo de vida y aparte de ello querer incorporar un deporte y hacer una disciplina que les gusta. A través de la fundación hemos adquirido equipos con muchas necesidades para todas y cada una de ellas. E invito a las personas de que donan a Helping Kids que sigan apoyando la organización para así que nos puedan seguir brindando apoyo no solamente al softball, sino también al resto de personas que lo meritan y que lo necesitan.
Gracias a Helping Kids por su apoyo, ha hecho que las mujeres se sientan más emprendedoras y súper más apoyadas porque este deporte ha sido un poco más discriminado porque las personas creen que este deporte solo ha sido para hombres, pero hoy en día nosotros les estamos demostrando que no solo los hombres pueden, sino que también las mujeres. No tenemos que tener barreras ni obstáculos para salir adelante y demostrar que también nosotras somos poderosas para hacer en cualquier actividad.
Y yo amo el softball porque aparte que me ha traído las mejores amistades, me ha enseñado lo que es la disciplina, la responsabilidad, lo que es asistir cada día a entrenamientos. Gracias a él también tengo buena salud porque es un buen deporte y les incito a seguirnos apoyando en este maravilloso deporte y que no nos olvidemos de las mujeres softbolistas.
Wow, that was great. Some kids hitting ropes down there too, Tim. Keep that in mind.
They like it down there.
Yeah, no kidding. Listen, and so great to watch that video and see the T-shirts from around the country. So many South Dakotans donating and helping out, but also so many people from around the country, which we know we're also reaching tonight and even around the world. Also, don't forget to follow and join the conversation on social media. The hashtag is Helping Kids Round First. We'd love to see all of your pictures of you watching us virtually throughout the night. Take a picture of who you're watching with and share it. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and at Helping Kids Round First. We'll even try to share some of your pictures tonight on social media. If you're bidding on the silent auction items, remember, you can continue to bid on your mobile device throughout the night. We will send you a notification when we near the time that the silent auction will close. But in the meantime, there are still some pretty exciting packages up for grab on the silent auction. You can text the letters HKRF20 to 76278 to get started.
Next up, we have two very special guests that will be joining us virtually that I've had the opportunity to get to know these last few months in the planning process. This is one of the amazing perks of having a virtual event this year. We get to connect with two wonderful individuals joining us from Nicaragua, Nadia Nabun and Dr. Reverend Claudia Solia Lopez Ortega. Both of these women are active parts of not only our board of directors, but also the Helping Kids Round First organization. But first, before we bring on Nadia and Dr. Soliet, we're nearing our time when we'll introduce our third and final set of premium auction items. Our final set will go live at 6:45 p.m. and be featured until 7 o'clock. And these are the red premium auction items as follows. Item number 206 is American at the Seams artwork. It's a bundle that includes a 20 by 30-inch canvas print, a puzzle, autograph book, and more, donated by Nate Ruckert, who does some awesome work.
Yeah.
We've got some really cool things in our baseball suite that Nate's done at the Baseball Seams Company. Item number 207, Los Angeles Dodgers package. I had an opportunity to win a package to the Red Sox donated by Mark Miller a couple years ago. But these are, the Dodgers package is 2 premium tickets to a 2021 regular season LA Dodgers game, along with airfare, hotel in Los Angeles, donated by Mark Miller. And then 208 is a Banff adventure. Diamond in the Wilderness invites you to hit the ski slopes in winter, paddle a canoe on the lake in the summer, savor cuisine year-round, and just soak up the casual elegance that makes Lake Louise and Banff National Park such a memorable experience. And this is donated by Helping Kids Round First.
Thanks, Tim. There's some great premium auction items. Now I'd like to spotlight 2 of our most dedicated women that are a part of all that we do in Nicaragua. 2 women that help carry out our mission day in and day out, Nadia Nabun and Reverend Dr. Claudia Solia Lopez Ortega. Welcome to you both. How are you?
Hello. It's a pleasure to be with you tonight.
All right. Have you got me? First of all, here's the first thing we want to ask. Are you guys both safe down there?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. We're having a little trouble hearing you, so thank you for nodding. We appreciate that. Again, technical issues in Nicaragua aren't awesome on a regular basis. When you've had 2 hurricanes in a course of 7 to 10 days or so, that takes its toll too. So hopefully we'll get this. We need to hear about your families. All right. And one more time. And both of you can hear me, correct?
Yes, we can hear you.
There we go. We've got you. And Nadia, you've got me?
Yeah, I can hear it clearly.
All right, wonderful. That is great news. Good job, folks. Appreciate it. Good work. All right, Nadia, we're going to start with you. What do you do in Nicaragua?
Well, I'm the project director from Helping Kids From First, and my role is to work together with our partners, the national organization that support us to carry out the different types of projects that we have in Nicaragua.
All right. Soliette, how's about you? And by the way, I checked earlier that I don't have to call you doctor or reverend. You have more titles than almost anyone I know. So thank you for just letting me use your first name. How did Helping Kids Round First and the Lutheran Church become partners?
Well, the Nicaraguan Lutheran Church, Faith and Hope, has a companion synod in South Dakota, so the South Dakota Synod ELCA. And with this relationship that we have with the South Dakota Synod, Craig came a lot of years ago, and he was moved by the need that he not only saw, but also was able to touch in Nicaragua. And after that, he developed the foundation and started all this relationship with the support.
And by the way, you should know with the last name Henriksen, I am legally bound to be Lutheran. So just so you know. All right, Nadia, we're going to go back to you. Tell us about some of the projects that Helping Kids Round First actually do down in Nicaragua.
Well, I really think that each of our projects are very unique and special. We work together with different baseball and softball leagues. Also, we deliver sports equipment to those leagues. And additional to that, we have an educational project. We support elderly homes. Also, we deliver medical equipment to the public health of Nicaragua. We promote the female empowerment. We have also some projects that involve food, farm, chicken eggs. We have a scholarships program that we work with Kairos. Also, I think that each of these projects it's awesome, and we work really from the heart. We try to cover all the different needs of the people from Nicaragua. That makes us able to help so much in different kind of places.
By the way, I'm getting a real Dr. Phil here effort. You guys won't understand that, but you do. We'll only talk positive stuff. Trust me. So Ed, I want to go back to you. Talk about some of those farming practices and the chickens and eggs and those types of things. Tell us about how Helping Kids Round First is involved there.
Okay. In Nicaragua, we are, as Craig mentioned, we are one of the most poor countries in Latin America, the second in Latin America and the Caribbean. There is lack of access to food, water, education, and health. The Lutheran Church works, the 80% of the communities that we have are in the rural areas with very vulnerable people. Helping Kids Round First has been helping with many of these problematics that we have. In the topic of water, Helping Kids Round First have helped with wells drilling and also with dripping irrigation systems. That gives access to water to drink to families that they didn't have anything, and also helps to have water to the agriculture. In the agriculture is one of the most important projects that we have because it's not only the improvement of techniques and the inputs for the families that are planting, but also this helps the families that plant to have food in short. Also, when the production is greatest, not only in quality but in quantity, this supports other families that are not involved directly in the project but receive the benefits because people share the crops. And the other thing is the project that we have with the chicken cages. We have called that 1 egg per kid per day, and it's raising of laying hens. And this helps to the kids and the families to have a better nutrition because usually here in Nicaragua, the main food that they will have are beans, rice, and some tortillas made by corn if they can, and having the opportunity of introducing eggs in their meals gives better nutrition, a better opportunity to be in good health. The other thing that Helping Kids has been supporting is the congregation that I serve as a pastor. I work with people living with HIV. It's a very vulnerable and very sensitive community. They have been supporting us with food supplements such as fortified milk powder, like Ensure is a brand, but something like that, food baskets, but also another important part that Helping Kids had support is the empowerment of women. The women living with HIV usually are single moms with no jobs, no education. So we are, as a church, trying to provide them tools to survive economically, and Helping Kids has supported us by buying the handicraft that they make. Usually, mostly is jewelry. And I can keep going on.
Well, I've got more questions for you. You just rifled through about 4 of them. Listen, Nadia, I want to go back to you for a moment. Listen, we're talking about rural areas in Nicaragua. That's where Helping Kids Round First is really doing the most work, isn't it?
Yeah, we do some work in Managua also, but most work is in the rural areas like Somoto, Somotillo, Rivas, Jinotega, Masaya, Bluefield. Also, we gonna start working in Ometepe, and I think that our goal is to help any place from Nicaragua.
All right, Celeste, I want to go back to you. I got to know more about the HIV thing. Tell us about that, because that affects the needs. And frankly, it isn't talked about all that much anymore. It was a hot topic for a while, but it needs to be talked about more. Tell us your experience.
Yeah, I started to work with the HIV topic when I was 13 years old. Thank God our church is very open-minded, and I cannot say that about other churches in Nicaragua. Usually the topic of AIDS it's seen as a sinful topic or a punishment from God, and that has hurt the people very much. When I was 13, the topic of HIV was very sound in the society, and I had some curiosity about what was that, because I didn't have any information at that moment. So I started to study the topic with the church, and they sent me to different events, workshops, and I started to learn a lot about the topic. And afterwards, when I was 16 and starting my career in general medicine, I met a group of, they call it self-support group of people living with HIV. It was very difficult at the beginning, because when they knew that I was a person from a church, they were saying that other churches had rejected them and not allowing them to listen the word of God. And so for me, that was very painful. We, with the youth ministry of the church, started to go to their meetings, to have devotionals with them, to read the word of God with them. And after that, we started small projects, trying to teach them how to do handicraft, like jewelry, to craft piñatas, to craft hammocks. And with the years, I was studying medicine and also theology. So I kept doing this pastoral accompaniment with these people. And when I finished my theology degree in the church, they told me that they will ordain me. And I was like, no, I don't want to be a pastor. And I just wanted to study to be able to teach others. But then the bishop told me, well, you have been being a pastor with this group, so it's just the title that you need. And so that's how it started. Now I have been with them about 16, 17 years, and it's very difficult because as a young person, I'm still young. As a young person, you want to solve all the problems that they have, and it's not easy to see all the suffering. It's very painful when they come to you and say, I don't have anything to eat, or I don't have a meal to give to my child. It's a very difficult situation. So I'm very grateful with the support of Helping Kids. I know that they are a partner that I can run and say, I need this. And there is an answer. There is someone that will listen.
Awesome. Nadia, I want to go back to you. In the United States, we maybe see 20-second clips on the national news, depending on what sort of news we consume. What's the effect of the hurricane down there? Because you've gotten a 1-2 sucker punch in the last few weeks that a lot of people couldn't overcome.
Yeah, we have been affected by hurricanes in these last weeks. One of them was Eta and the other one was Iota. These both hurricanes left a lot of destruction. Many people lost their homes, their families. Also, the current levels of needs are extreme right now, especially on the Caribbean coast. We really appreciate all the help that we get from the people, and I want to encourage to the people to keep donating, to keep helping us to improve the quality of life of the people from Nicaragua.
So has the farm project been affected by the hurricane?
Sadly, yes. 2 hurricanes in less than 15 days are devastating. With the passage of the second hurricane, many crops were destroyed. This translates into food shortage for these families in not too distant future.
I want to go back to something that you touched on earlier also, and that is about the empowerment of women, because the culture in Nicaragua is different than the one that we may understand or hope for. Nadia, I'm going to ask you first. You've really seen firsthand about the empowerment of women when it comes to helping kids around first.
Yeah, through the softball teams, also through the programs that we have with the Lutheran Church, we encourage to the women to be independent, to be self-sufficient, and this work really great. We have helped a lot of women, and they now have their own business. Also, they are teaching their daughters to be independent, to have their own business, to study. It's something that we are really proud to work with.
So, same question.
Yeah, in Nicaragua, the machismo is affecting many families. The society is not changing regards this topic. In the church, we try to teach the women that they are daughters of God, at the same that a man is son of God. And we have also another project that it's the empowerment of women. And we teach them about gender and violence, about the law that protects them against the violence that they suffer in the families. We teach them about sexuality and sexual health. That's very important because usually in here, mostly in the rural areas, the men don't allow the women to go to the doctor to have the gynecologic exams. And also with Helping Kids, we had a health fair a few years ago, and that's something that changed because in Nicaragua, the cancer that the women get it's high, and if they don't examine in time, this can be very bad, not only for the women, but for the child that this woman will leave if she passed away.
Well, ladies, you're both an inspiration. Thank you so much for the work that you do. Nadia, I wish we could have gotten you to play that guitar that you had on display earlier, but maybe next time, all right? Thank you so much for the work that you do, and God bless you on your journey.
Thank you.
Thank you.
To share more about the food distribution earlier this week of over 144,000 meals, the lives that were impacted in Nicaragua, take a look at your screen.
We have almost 15 years working with people living with HIV in the community of Masaya. Within the years, we have been working with Helping Kids Round First to improve the development of the families and the economy, and also to ensure the food security. These people is not people that is only HIV positive, but also they have lack of access to food, to water, to education, and also to health. And all the benefits that we have given to these people through the donations of Helping Kids Round First are improving not only the economy of the families, but also the empowerment of their condition, and are helping them to accept themselves and also know that they are valuable.
Durante estos 15 años he procreado 7 niños. Actualmente sufría violencia intrafamiliar, acoso. Tuve un tercer embarazo. Después de mi segunda niña, sufrí un aborto espontáneo por un golpe que él me dio. Todo eso llevó a mí a pensar un poquito más en mí, a quererme como mujer, quererme independizar. Y tomé esa decisión de irme aquí, que fue donde me brindaron pues la ayuda de esta casa. Comenzamos a limpiar el primer día, dormimos aquí en la intemperie. Hace poco me ofrecieron un trabajo de medio tiempo. Lo logré conseguir así porque tengo un niño de 11 meses. No puedo dejarlo todo el día dependiendo de la niña de 13 años. Entonces opté por eso. Pero de igual manera no me es suficiente, pues con la carga de 7 niños que tengo, no me es suficiente. Gracias a Helping Kids, nosotros estamos recibiendo un producto alimenticio que es a base de arroz con soya, trae proteínas, vitaminas, calcio, minerales, que ayuda mucho en el crecimiento de mis niños. Esa ayuda que nosotros recibimos nos ayuda bastante a mí y a mis hijos, porque ya lo que yo iba a gastar en comprar eso, ya lo gasto en otras cosas, como por decir, cuidados personales de ellos. Como todas personas necesitamos cuidados personales y eso lo hacemos para cubrir esos gastos.
Primeramente Dios y las organizaciones pues nos han apoyado con muchos recursos de alimentos, que como madre soltera eso pues me ha traído un poco de mejoramiento a lo que es mi familia. En estos tiempos tan difíciles de pandemia pues ha logrado paralizar muchas cosas. Después pues que nuestro país ha tenido problemas políticos, se vino la pandemia, pues como pobres pues se nos ha hecho difícil. Y bendita pues las manos pues que nos brindan ese apoyo. Les quiero agradecer que siempre pues nos sigan apoyando, no solo a mí, no hay que ser egoísta. Hay muchas personas que también nos necesitan aquí en Nicaragua y que Dios quiera pues que siempre vengan y que nos apoyen.
Nos ha afectado bastante la pandemia, ¿verdad? Nosotros como personas con VIH nos perjudica porque deteriora nuestra economía y al deteriorarse nuestra economía, deteriora nuestra calidad de vida. Yo adquirí el VIH a la edad de 16 años. Fue muy duro porque quedé embarazada de mi hija, la mayor, que tiene 16 años ahora. Y fue un golpe duro por la discriminación y el estigma que se vivió en ese entonces. Desde que comenzamos a trabajar con ICW, nos integramos con la Iglesia Luterana, ¿verdad? Que es la que nos ha apoyado con los paquetes alimenticios a través de la pandemia. Muchas gracias, ¿verdad?, a la Iglesia Luterana y a Helping Kids.
I'm very proud to be part of the Helping Kids from First team because I think that we have been doing an important job through all these years, but mostly this year that we have been affected by COVID-19 and hurricanes. Most of the people has lost their jobs, their families, also their homes. So I want to encourage the people to keep donating and keep supporting all the projects from Helping Kids in Nicaragua and to help us to improve the quality of life to the Nicaraguan family. Thank you.
You know, the impact that we're having in Nicaragua is really awesome. As you've seen through the conversation just now between Nadia and Soliette and heard tonight from Craig, Helping Kids Around First is changing lives, saving lives each and every day. We work so very hard to help provide a better way of life for our brothers and sisters in Nicaragua, but to do so, we host fundraisers and events like tonight to raise critical, life-changing, and life-saving funds. These funds have changed lives of thousands in Nicaragua. I've personally seen firsthand the lives that we're a part of changing, just as Nadia and Soliette have just spoke of. I'd like to ask everyone out there joining us virtually at home or at work to open up your hearts and definitely open up your pocketbooks and help us out. You're gonna change lives. There's no doubt in my mind, and now is the time when I want you to think about using your cell phone to donate. It's really that simple, and you can help change a life. Simply text the word HKRF20 to the number 76278, then click on that link and follow the simple instructions. It literally takes 60 seconds to change a life. If you've registered on our mobile giving site already tonight, a text message will also be sent to your cell phone. Just click on that link and you're able to make a donation in seconds.
And you know, one of the suggested donations was $31, and the reason that figure was picked is because of the fact that is the average family income for a family in Nicaragua per month, $31 per month. So there are various donation levels you can contribute to the future of Helping Kids Around First. You can pick up your cell phone, text HKRF20 to the number 76278. By making a gift tonight, you'll be able to provide support for irrigation systems and fertilizers for the farming projects, help fund our next shipment of food and hospital equipment. You can fund 1 year of English classes for one female softball player. We'd like to thank some of the folks who have donated tonight. Jonathan Wexler, thank you so much.
It's been great to see the names come through and everybody helping out here, Mike. It's a little different format, but being able to see some people really stepping up has been awesome.
It really has been. Kelsey, thank you for your donation. Brett, we appreciate the support. The folks that have gone online and helped out have just been remarkable tonight. And you know, I didn't know anything about this organization 5 years ago, but as I've told Craig, he's stuck with me for the rest of the time here.
We'll take you, Mike. We'll keep you around.
Okay, all right, good. I can be I can probably get one out.
All right.
You know,
That's good. That's good. That's
in the
good.
middle inning. Nothing clutch, but somewhere in the middle.
That might be better than Craig. He's left-handed and finds a way to get people out, I think, is what I always tell him.
True.
As Mike and I are bantering, we hope that you're continuing to push the buttons to give and help out as we need all the help we can get.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was remarkable, all of the people that bought tables at tonight's event and just donated that. That was so incredible. You don't get a meal out of it or anything else, or the company that we all crave so much. That's the best part about this event every year, is simply the fact that we get together and we celebrate. Thank you, Drew Weber. We celebrate baseball. Speaking of baseball, the Webers are among the first families of baseball in the state of South Dakota. We get together, we're brought together by baseball. That's where it started, but it has grown so far from there.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Your gifts will also help to support a future women's health fair, provide for equipment for one rural community's youth baseball team, help to provide basic school supplies and food for the Balin daycare. You are making a difference, and for that, we can't thank you enough. Now, before we close tonight, we want to let you know that there are still a few auction items available that we wanted to give you all a chance to bid on. Tim, why don't you tell them what those items are?
Yeah, no, there's some big ones out there. There's some really good opportunities. Like I mentioned, the trip that my wife and I took to Boston a couple years ago, Yankee Stadium experience is a good one. It's a good thing my phone isn't available. I might be pushing some buttons to bid on that, but hopefully you guys will get on there and do that. The trip to Cancun is still open, and we're going to open that up, and that's out there. Sievertson Ranch experience, the rodeo. Craig will give you an opportunity to do something you've never done before. I promise you that. Again, that's something that I have been part of, and it's an awesome experience. And then the Banff Adventures. So these items are going to they're going to be reopened, and they'll be open tonight until 7:30. So jump on there if you haven't bid yet. Take a look at those packages. They're really, really cool.
There is one group that we need to thank, actually a couple. Pinnacle Productions has put this all on, and the event company. Addie and her team are phenomenal, and they will never write their own names in the credits, so I'm going to take care of that. But on behalf of Tim, Craig, and myself, plus everyone at Helping Kids Round First, our event sponsors and partners, those that have sponsored virtual tables and purchased virtual tickets, to each and every volunteer that helped to make tonight and the past year a success. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the 5th annual Helping Kids Round First. It has been quite the night. We are so grateful for all of you, and we're glad that you're here with us.
If you've won one of the silent auction or live auction items, please be on the lookout for an email from a Helping Kids Round First committee member about next steps and the pickup of your items. Thank you again for being here tonight. We really, really, really appreciate it in this different format. We look forward to having you join us again in 2021. Have a great rest of your evening. Be well, everyone, and have a great night.